And I've made this analogy before, and people were like, "You're relegating blackness to this." Let's just be honest, right? If the Triple K came down the street, right, and they saw you, and they saw a Somalian, and they saw an Ethiopian, and they saw an Angolan, would they say, would they do a check of like your nationality and be like, they're not Black American, they're from Africa, so we're gonna ignore them, we're gonna only lynch the African American? No, they're not going to do that, because they only see your skin color, right? They only see that you were of African descent. And when I say that this is a way for you to measure blackness, again, people look at me sideways. But blackness within the context of the United States and under white hegemony is rooted in whether or not white people initiate anti-black narratives and actions against you. Within Africa, within the African diaspora, we can have our differences. We can have East Coast versus West Coast. This tribe versus this tribe. You're this kingdom versus this kingdom. This nation versus this nation. You're Nigeria, you're Burkinabe. But within the context of white supremacy, you're all just black. So it's not a matter of, oh, you're from here, you're from here. We're all black. And to a degree, we need to show solidarity, but we only need to show solidarity amongst people who are also willing to reciprocate that solidarity. I know there's a concerted effort, both internally and externally, to divide African Americans from African people. Even of the late Gaddafi, who wanted to offer and extend citizenship and remunerations to Black Americans, but the US government blocked it. We need to show a degree of solidarity the same way that Europeans do, or people of European descent. And I've said this analogy ceaselessly. The British don't like the French. Germanic people do not like the Slavic people. Slavic people don't like Southern Europeans. Spanish got their issues with the Italians, blah, blah, blah. But they all come together under the umbrella of whiteness when it is convenient for them to engage in imperialistic, colonialist, and anti-black endeavors. Black people don't have a proclivity for doing that. We can have our differences, and even Ibrahim Traore said this recently. When we have our differences as black people, that's okay. Like, you're gonna have your differences, you're gonna have your in-group differences, but no outsider should ever be able to come in and sow division and subsequently exploit and conquer our people. So we don't need to unite under one collective sort of phenotype or identity, but we do need to unite under our staunch aggression against white imperialist and colonialist endeavors. And that we need to have that same visceral reaction to whiteness that whiteness has against blackness.